Hey, what's up today, guys? And welcome back. And I'm glad to also be back on the webcam. So now you guys can put a face with the voice. So, anyway, let's get into today's video. And today I wanted to talk about a stock that I am currently up 120% on. And I wanted to talk about uh, how this came to be about, basically, and how I saw the opportunity for this stock to go up. So back in 2017 is when I bought this stock. I'll show you guys here. Okay, so back in October 25th, 2017 is when I bought this stock originally. Then I bought more on November 9th of 2017 as well. And I sold I sold about 50 shares back in June of last year, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, so here's the thing. So what got me to buy this stock? Well, it wasn't fundamental type of things like balance sheets and income statements and earnings and all that stuff like that. It wasn't any of those fundamental things, which I highly encourage that anytime you buy a stock, you pay attention to those things and you look into those things. But for this particular stock, I saw an opportunity that I don't think the market was really paying attention to. I think they just kind of left AMD as like the company was just gonna die out, and it was gonna be said and done or whatever. But here's the thing. Okay, look, I was on YouTube, and at the time I was looking up graphics cards and all those other internal computers type of stuff. I'm not no professional on none of those things and stuff like that, so I won't even try to talk too much about that. But I'm watching all these YouTubers who are more professionally knowledged with this type of stuff, and there was three main companies that they were talking about when it came to graphics cards and internal computer products and stuff like that. And it was Nvidia, Intel, and AMD. Now, Nvidia at that time, I believe, was trading around about $200 some a share. Now, back in 2017 is more so closer to where I first started getting into investing. I've been investing for probably about the last 4 to 5 years now, and so yeah, that was kind of like somewhat earlier stages, right? So at that time, I didn't have a ton of money to throw at the stock market and stuff like that, but I had enough. So I'm looking at Nvidia stock and I'm like, man, yeah, I really do like the company and I like all the things they're doing, and they got a lot more stuff going on outside of computer products and stuff like that. So hence that's probably why their stock price is so high. But I'm like, I ain't gonna really be able to buy too many shares of that. Let me look at Intel. So I look at Intel stock. Intel's paying a great dividend. I'm like, oh, okay, I like this. And Intel at that time, I believe, was trading around about 40 some dollars a share. And I'm saying to myself, okay, I can buy more shares, but Intel doesn't really have as much going for it as Nvidia as far as growth and all that stuff like that. I don't really see too much growth factors, for Intel, but I feel it's safe. It would be a safe bet, and I can collect some dividends on that. And then I look at AMD, and AMD, being in the same category as those other two stocks, is trading at only about 12 to 13. It was fluctuating. Here, I'll show you guys. Back 2017, it was fluctuating in the 13 to 12 to 11, $14 range, stuff like that. So I'm saying to myself, wow, okay, here's a stock that's trading much further below their competitors. And as I'm watching these videos on YouTube, a lot of the people who are knowledgeable as far as all these computer components goes and stuff like that were really hyping up AMD's products, like really hyping them up. And they was even doing comparison videos of Nvidia products versus AMD and Intel. Like they was just comparing them all, right? And AMD was really ranking high. Like, even though Nvidia is supposed to be like the top dog, AMD was outranking Nvidia products and stuff like that. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, these guys who really know what they're talking about are really hyping up AMD's products. But I'm looking at the stock, and the stock is just looking like nobody's paying attention to this. So I'm like, huh, okay, I can really buy some decent amount of shares. And though AMD doesn't pay a dividend, I'm cool with that because I'm looking at this as a growth type of stock, and I'm thinking that there's potential for this stock to, get for the stock price to get to a level to where it's more in, comparison with their competitor stock prices and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and buy some AMD and let's see where this goes. And sure enough, I can't remember exactly which earnings report it was, but all of the things that I was seeing that these YouTubers were talking about as far as like AMD's products really being up there in comparison to Nvidia and Intel and even going above some of their newer products and stuff like that, all of that stuff finally hit the market and it finally reflected on the stock, and people really started seeing, oh my goodness, hold on, AMD's not done. Like they are like in full effect trying to get their stuff out there and just be like top dog, right? Top dog in comparison with Intel. They're taking market share from Intel and Nvidia. So that right there was how I got to this 120% gain on AMD. And here's the key thing I want you guys to take away from this video is, outside of fundamentals and stuff like that, pay attention to the products and services that the companies that you're looking into buying, pay attention to what people are saying about them, especially if it's like one of those things that's more techie like this, that would take somebody who really knows what they're talking about to actually review it and say good things about it and stuff like that. So, for example, I tried to keep Tesla out of this video because I feel like that's all I've been talking about lately. But it's just like with Tesla stock, right? Look at anybody who's bought a Tesla. Watch YouTube videos of people who have bought Teslas and own Teslas and see what they say. And I can tell you right now, you're going to see just about everybody talking about Tesla cars being the absolute best car they've ever bought. People are going out their way to buy Tesla cars. Like they're going out their way to spend more money to buy a Tesla than they would ever for a car. You know what I mean? People are going out here paying $40,000 plus for a car, and they never imagined themselves paying that much for a car. But they're like, God, the value I'm getting from this car is worth it. So that right there, and then look at the stock price right now. It's just completely tanked. But everybody is loving the product. So what does that tell you? There is a what's the word I'm looking for? I guess you could say an influx. I don't know if that's really the word I'm looking for, but there is just this difference of the stock price. There's this trying to find a better word to say it, and I'm kind of hyped right now, so I can't really think right now. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Everybody's talking good about the product, but the stock price is not reflecting that. So now's the time to get in, possibly, most likely, before the market realizes, whoa, okay, hold on, we misjudged this one. Like, this is actually like something that we should be invested in, which by that time you would have already been up quite a bit. So you see something before the market sees it. That's how you make that money, So there you have it, guys. Just wanted to, go over this real quick and just kind of, share with you guys exactly what it is, how it is that I got to this, and, how you can, take advantage and learn from how this happened. So, anyway, guys, I will see you on the next one. Peace. Like, subscribe. Don't forget to do that. Thanks. Peace.